Halloween had become a mockery, Zevera thought bitterly. The once powerful witch, whose very name sent chills through the village, now found herself sidelined by gaudy costumes and tacky decorations. She had once been truly feared. Villagers believed her potions could ruin crops, and her curses could twist their lives into nightmares. But now, those who once trembled before her were handing out candies to children dressed as ghosts, vampires, and witches. Witches, she fumed. What did these people know about real terror? At first, she'd laughed at their folly, seeing Halloween as a ridiculous spectacle. But as the years passed, her laughter turned to disdain. The night of fear, which had once belonged to creatures like her, had been commercialized and stripped of any true horror. Even worse, they dared come to her cottage asking for candy. No more, Zevera muttered angrily. Enough of this charade. This year, she was going to take back the night. Halloween would be terrifying once more, and she would remind them all what real fear looked like. But she couldn't do it alone. She needed allies, creatures as terrifying as the night itself, beings whose very existence made the skin crawl and hearts race. And so, she set out to assemble her scare army. A team of creatures whose ominous abilities and eerie features would make any costume-wearing mortal to tremble in their boots. Her first stop was the woodland, to find the owl, a creature feared in ancient times for its ghostly silence, unnatural neck rotation, and unsettling gaze. Perched high on a twisted branch, the owl sat perfectly still, its enormous round eyes glowing in the dark like twin moons. Its gaze locked onto a mouse far below, and before the creature had a chance to squeak, the owl swooped down, utterly soundless, and snatched it from the ground. Perfect. Zevera smiled darkly. The owl's precision and silence were exactly what she needed. When she offered the owl a place in her army, it hooted softly in agreement. She was tired of being seen as a mere symbol of wisdom by humans and longed to show the world how ominous an owl could be. Next, Zevera journeyed deeper into the forest, where the bat awaited her. The sleek creature of the night hung upside down from a gnarled tree branch, her leathery wings clear in the night's darkness. Zevera stood still as the bat unfurled herself, darting into the air with a series of sharp, eerie squeaks. Her movement was graceful, swift, and silent. With an uncanny sense of direction, the bat dove through the night, snatching insects mid-flight, her small frame moving with an ethereal fluidity that defied the laws of nature. Impeccable, Zevera thought as she stepped forward. Join my army, she whispered. Join me to show humans what real terror looks like. He smiled in delight. It had been too long since anyone had feared him. He was once revered in tales of vampires and midnight terrors. Now he was seen as nothing more than a spooky Halloween decoration. How insulting. This would be his chance to reclaim his place as a symbol of true dread. Zevera's next stop was the abandoned mansion on the edge of the forest, where a spider had spun an intricate web across the front porch. The delicate strands gleamed in the pale light, and Zevera watched in fascination as the spider, with cold precision, ensnared an unsuspecting grasshopper. In mere seconds, the insect was cocooned in a silky death shroud, immobilized and trapped, hanging like a macabre ornament from the rafters. The spider's movements were hypnotic, an eerie dance of life and death. Zevera knew immediately that the spider would make the perfect trapper for her army. Her webs would catch the unwary, and her 8-legged crawl could send a chill down the spine of even the bravest soul. The spider skittered over to her, eager for the adventure. It was time for the world to remember the terror of a spider's web. But no scare army would be complete without one last member. The Raven. Zevera found him perched on a gravestone in the old cemetery. His glossy black feathers shimmered under the moonlight, his sharp beak glinting ominously. As he cawed into the night, the sound reverberated like a death knell, sending a cold shiver down her spine. Ravens were once feared as messengers of doom and harbingers of death. They were believed to carry the souls of the departed and lingered where death was near. Now they were seen as mere Halloween props. Zevera knew the Raven would be the final, perfect addition to her team. Raven, she called, her voice cutting through the night. Join us. Let's show humans what real fear is. The raven fluffed its wings, letting out a chilling cry. He had been waiting for a chance to remind the world of his true power. His ominous gaze fell upon her, and with a nod, he joined her ranks. With her scare army complete, Zevera led them back to her cottage. The air seemed to thicken as the creatures gathered. Zevera stood before them, her crystal ball glowing. "Creatures of the night," she began, with a shrill, commanding voice. "The world has forgotten us. Halloween has become a farce where children dressed as fake witches and scary animals, and parents indulge them by handing them candies. But this year, we will remind them what true fear looks like." The owl hooted in agreement, the bat squeaked ominously, the spider skittered across its web, and the raven cawed a menacing cry. They were all ready. This year, Zevera continued, her eyes gleaming with mischievous glee, "We take back Halloween. No more fake scares. No more costumes. When we descend upon them, they will know true terror. We will haunt their dreams and make their hearts race with fear. Their crazy tradition of trick-or-treating will never be the same." And with that, Zevera cackled into the night, her laughter blending with the sounds of her army. The owl's silent flight, the bat's eerie fluttering, the spider's delicate weaving, and the raven's haunting caw echoed through the forest. "Trick-or-treaters," Zevera whispered to the wind, "beware. The real monsters await your arrival this year." What other animals should be on the scare team? Please share in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and watch another interesting video about the amazing world of animals here. Watch out for part 2 of Zevera's revenge and the funny stories of the sneaky nodding lizard and how Peacock got his colorful feathers.